So my faith in Jesus started as a little girl. I grew up in a Christian home, and my dad was a pastor, and I was actually saved or born again when I was 7 years old. And so we were in church all the time. I went to a Christian school and then also went to Bible college. And the church played a role in my life from very young all the way through college. I served in the church beginning in high school and throughout college as well. So then about a year after Bible college, something in my life happened that led me down a different path. I was burned out on religion, always trying to do and do and do more, and it seemed like the more I did, it wasn't enough. And I was trying to live this standard of perfection, but that was impossible. And I was also at the time in an abusive marriage, and all this coupled together really had an impact on my mental state, and I really thought I was going crazy. So after my divorce, I told God, if this is what Christianity is about, I don't want any part of it. And so like the prodigal son, I left the Father's house and I plunged myself into the world and just living for myself. And for many, many years, I lived a very sinful life with no thought about God, with no thought about Jesus, with no thought about the church. And I came to learn that if you live your life without Jesus, the world will have its way with you. The world will abuse you. The world will take from you, always take, and just keep on taking and keep on taking until there's nothing left. And we see this in the story of the prodigal son. The world had taken everything from him. And we see him at his lowest point when he's in the pig pen with the pigs, eating the scraps that they would feed the pigs. But he had this moment of realization, this moment of clarity, where he said, I'll arise and go to my Father's house. And for me, my moment of clarity, my moment of realization came when I was laying in the psych ward at Rhode Island Hospital after an attempted suicide. And I remember thinking, how did I get here? But I knew that I had to go back to the Father's house. I knew that I had to run and return to the Father. So this is really when God became real in my life, when I began to encounter the Lord. So He's changed my life. Psalms 40 says that He drew me, He pulled me out of the desolate pit that I had fallen into, and He set my feet on a rock, and He put a new song in my mouth. He took a broken, shattered life, and He made it whole. He took a girl who was damaged goods and remade her into His treasure. So what I would say to anyone who has a negative view about God or religion, there is a God who loves you and cares for you. And if you've been burned by religion, if you've been worn out by religion, run to Jesus. If religion has left you empty, run to Jesus. If you feel like God has let you down, or you're wondering, God, why has this happened in my life? Run to Jesus. Run to Jesus.